Why did I move here? I guess it was the weather.
Covering and following Tekken 8 for the whole entire year has been fantastic. If you go all the way back to the rain stage, when we first got a glimpse of that, then Jun Kazama, then the heat system, then we started to get the weekly trailers in about February. That led up to Evo Japan, and that's when the trailers kind of slowed down. Asuka, Leroy, Haorong, Lily, those characters were revealed over the next couple of months. And then things kind of got rocky when the beta came out. You had some leaks here and there that kind of ruffled a lot of feathers. But even if you continue into Gamescom, Tokyo Game Show, the Evo showcase that just happened, covering Tekken 8 has been fantastic, and I cannot wait to see one, where it goes from here, but then also when the game eventually comes out. This game is shaping up to be a juggernaut, and rightfully so. Even though players have some critiques about this or that, the game itself is pretty solid in everything that it's offering. It's really trying to do its best in terms of characters, gameplay, and also game modes. Features is how you would describe it. I think Tekken 8 is definitely going to be something that's celebrated for many years to come. Let's talk about what everyone is waiting for. The weekly trailers. Now that we're past the roster and all of the reveals, we know who all 32 characters are officially. We know who they are. Now it's time to double back on some, go backwards. There's a few characters who have yet to get their individual gameplay trailers, as Michael Murray described it. We were predicting this since Evo, Gamescom. When will it happen? And we've been wrong and wrong and wrong. But once Reina was revealed, Michael Murray said it himself. I think he was translating for like Harada or Ikeda or something like that. But basically they said that the individual gameplay trailers will begin now until the release of the game. And that's a pretty big statement because all these past months it was just us speculating, theorizing. We know every character needs their own trailer, and it's just something we couldn't look past. You know, Yoshimitsu, Dragunov, Panda, some of the greatest Tekken characters ever. So to finally see them say it was a really big step forward. Every character needs a trailer, and so far there is 11 that does not have it. Now, Michael Murray said now is the time. Once he said that, of course, everyone got really excited because now is now. But also, is now really now? I and many others were expecting Tuesday to be when Yoshimitsu's trailer is revealed, because the order that we think it will fall in is exactly how it's laid out here. Because if you pay attention very closely to everything that they're showing us, the trailers also follow the format in which the weekly trailers followed. It went June, Law, Paul. The trailers follow that same format. So looking at the format, Yoshimitsu, Steve Fox, Dragunov, Leo, Kuma, Shahid, Panda, Zafina, Lei Shao Kahn, Alyssa, and Devil Jin, that should be the characters who's next, and also the order in which they're shown. Now that is 11 characters we're waiting for. By no coincidence, there is also exactly 11 weeks until Tekken 8 comes out. I created this calendar to give you guys a kind of rough estimate on what could happen, but this is just a demonstration. Here we have the final 3 months of Tekken 8's marketing campaign before the game releases. We have the remaining month of November, all of December, and then the first half of January. I'll explain what all the markers mean in just a second, but let's just look and count the weeks. From the 15th to the 22nd to the 29th of November, to the 6th, 13th, 20th, and 27th of December, and then the 3rd, the 10th, and the 17th, and also the 24th of January makes up a total of 11 weeks. Some players are predicting that they will drop one character every week until the release, but I think they'll do more so 9 characters for 9 weeks, and then they'll do 2 characters on 1 week. So let's get into it. Let's talk about the markers. Focusing on November. So first off, I put the markers on Tuesday because this is when I thought the trailers would happen Tuesday, but the trailers could happen at any point in time. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, or Saturday. By the time this video could go up, Yoshimitsu's trailer could drop immediately after. We have no exact point for when the trailers does happen. But you have one red marker that symbolizes one trailer. So for the remaining month of November, there will be 3 individual characters. In December, Notice this blue marker. This is the Game Awards. Now, my own belief is that Tekken 8 will definitely want to show something here because we're still waiting on a launch and or story trailer. They could decide which of the two they want to do or even combine it. But there's no way they will skip this because this event is the biggest event of the year in terms of gaming. I mean, if you think about it, that's when they first showed off Jun Kazama at the last year. So they're not going to skip that. So I think this may be a good opportunity for them to do 2 trailers this week just to really get people talking about Tekken 8. So that's why I have this second red marker also matched with a green marker. The green marker means 2 trailers in 1 week. Another reason behind this theory is because if you think about what they did last time when they revealed the weekly trailers, they kind of ran out of time. Evo Japan was closer than, it wasn't enough weeks basically. There was like 6 weeks, but there was 8 characters. So what they ended up doing was they showed Zhao Yu and Jun Kazama on the same exact week. And I think they may do the same thing this time. Game Awards show one character either before and after, and then show another character either the same day kind of before or after the event. But then once you continue past that, it goes back to normal. 3 more trailers all on their separate week. And then when you get into January, things get really spicy because this is pretty much when the game comes out. You have 2 more trailers that release at their scheduled time. Once again, even though I have Tuesday marked on this calendar, it could really be Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I don't think Sunday or Monday because that would kind of mess up if you go back to November, but let's focus on January. What's really important about January, of course, Tekken 8 comes out, but also the Tekken World Tour Finals on the 12th, the 13th, and the 14th. I don't think they will do any weekly trailers beyond that because at that point, you really just want everyone to know everything. It doesn't make sense for them to do a Devil Jin trailer the same week the game comes out. That to me just sounds like the trailers is dragging on too long and they probably would just want that last like 2 months or whatever to be free. And then also you got to think about a open beta. I'm predicting a open beta somewhere in here, whether it's December or January. And if you look at one of the final weeks of January from the 15th all the way to the 22nd, there's nothing there. And the beta could easily fall on that time mark. But let's go back to the Tekken World Tour Finals. They'll definitely do a trailer this week, but if they follow what they did for, once again, Evo Japan, they'll probably do a second trailer. That's just my own prediction. But then we'll get to the Tekken World Tour. They'll announce the new one for 2028. And then they'll give off one last hurrah. Maybe, and this is another predictions everywhere, but at the Tekken World Tour Finals, people were expecting them to reveal the first DLC character. I think I touched on that in a video, so I'll do so very briefly, but basically, the first DLC character for Tekken 8 is supposed to release in April. They usually reveal or tease the character months in advance, and if you talk about the Tekken World Tour Finals being one of the biggest events that's months in advance, it kind of makes sense. If you think about Tekken 7, this is where they tease like Fakram, Armor King, Negan. And then months later in April, that's when the character actually releases.